In this episode of the Garlic Marketing Show, we're going to talk about one of my favorite, one of the most influential scenes, I think, not necessarily my favorite, but most influential scenes for me in the old Superman, the original Superman movie, and what it means to our marketing into landing landing those big clients, and how trying to be Superman to everyone is really preventing us from being Superman to anyone, and then exactly how to solve this using a special tool that we've developed and really find those big 100K clients by being the superhero in a certain situation. All right, there's a new Superman movie coming out, and it reminds me of a lesson I'd learned. And I'm super excited about the new Superman movie, but there's a big lesson I think that we miss. And it was taught to us in the first Superman movie, that applies to marketing, applies to really being the best that we can be, really attracting the right clients and saving the world. So if you're like me, I think the new Superman movie is finally going to be close to what the first Superman movie did. When I first saw this Superman movie, I actually seen it in theater, but I don't really remember it. But then my parents took it and went to buy a big screen TV, and I remember walking through the showroom and seeing this very scene playing. And if you don't remember it, it's the scene where he just saved the world. And I actually didn't show the part where he saved the scene because it's kind of triggering. Those of you that know will know what happened, but it's relevant events. I'm not going to get into it. But this is the point where Superman realizes that that it didn't save Lois. If Superman just saved Lois, a group of people would care. But Superman saves the world. And Superman saves not just cats, which he did in that movie. He went and saved a cat, but he couldn't save everyone. But his powers, being the most powerful person in the world ever, he has to pick and choose, and it needs to be saving the big things. I see this all the time because every person I talk to, especially newer business owners, but so many business owners, so many software owners, so many service people, everyone is my client, right? And they're trying to be Superman to everyone. And what does that do? It wears them down. I think that's one of the great points throughout Superman, is that he can't save everyone. It's that realization that he can't save everyone that really makes him into Superman. And we have to realize that, hey, we can't fly. We're not invincible. We're not faster than a speeding bullet. You can't spin around the world and turn back time. But you do have superpowers. We do have superpowers. And especially if you're an expert, you can save and solve big situations. You have helped those people before. So it's not just being a superhero to one person, which that's what next level of people do, is they go, well, I'm going to be a hero to this type of situation. We have one of the people in the trusted authority who's going to be a hero to a certain type of business. And I see this a lot as well. Attorneys being heroes to a certain type of case. I'm a divorce attorney hero, right? And I've seen even people say I'm the personal injury attorney hero. But if we really want to stand out and we want to get called and get paid appropriately and get the big clients and the 100K clients, we have to solve $1 million problems. We have to be the Superman for a certain problem, right? And fly in. Well, I actually fly in to see my clients, but I use an airplane. We have to know what those big problems that we are solve and solve them over and over and over again and display those stories. Now, we generally don't have journalists follow us around. Some of our clients do, and follow us around and posting our stories to the Daily Planet. But we do have video case stories, right? So we can solve those big stories. We can get on YouTube and show people how we solve those big problems, those $1 million problems, answer those $100,000 questions that attract those 100K clients. And when we do, and we get known for solving those problems, right? For me, it's not just YouTube leads. It's how do you attract and close large clients using video and using YouTube. And I do it in a different way with a different stack of superpowers, right? Obviously, I can't fly. We talked about that, like using an airplane. I'm not invincible. I wish I was. I'm really not fast. But what I can do, I know one of my superpowers is being able to find the story, which I can help you do. Find the story that will attract those big clients, those ones that you want to work with, those ones that really demonstrate your superpower. Now, if you go to videocasestory.com/finder, we've got a tool that you can use to start finding those stories, finding the problems that you solve. And then I stack on top of it other superpowers, right? I know YouTube and how to get those videos ranking, how to get the view time, how to feed the algorithm. We understand direct response marketing and how people are going to watch those videos, but how are they going to take action, the actions that we want afterwards. And we know sales systems, right? How to install that, how to create strategic offers that YouTube then feeds, and those sales systems feed it. So we stack all of that together. Now I solve those big problems of founder-led sales, untrapping them, getting them sold, pre-sold clients, close in a few minutes, how to train your sales team and make them into rock stars. These are the problems that I solve. And we work with multiple industries, right? There's very many industries have these problems. So I'm not solving it for just one problem, just one person. I'm solving it for many problems. And this is where you need to be a superhero for that problem. And then collect the stories, explain how you do it, use your trusted path, explain why you're better, what your superpowers are in a why us video. Demonstrate how you did it with a video case story. Overcome their objections with their converting questions. These are all the videos you then create. And now we use YouTube to show off your superhero story. So remember, when you're thinking, hey, I can help everyone, or even worse, I can fly around the world and save everyone and do everything all at once, that's going to burn you out. You're not only not going to have enough time, but you're not going to end up using your powers to the best of your ability. So the way to get started doing that is find the case stories. And when you find the case stories of the ones people even solve, find the problems that you solve there, right? And do those problems relate to those bigger clients? And now we focus on those big problems for those 100K plus clients. And we focus on creating the content that demonstrates how we solve them, showing them how we solve it, showing them the process, showing them our trusted path, explain why we are different, and answering all their questions, installing that into a sales system. So you just start by finding the problems. And so if you go to videocasestory.com/finder, I've got a tool you can download there and work with. And eventually it will be an AI conversation that you can have. So maybe at this point it's worth it. I'll put that link down in the comments. But if you have any questions about this, about finding the problems you solve, let me know. Comment below with the problems that you do solve. Tell other people about that. What are your superpowers in solving that problem? And go enjoy the new Superman movie. By the time you watch this, it might not be the new Superman movie, but I'm seeing reviews. I'm going this weekend on my birthday. I'm super excited for that. But remember, you can be a superhero to a situation, but you can't be Superman to everyone, everything around the entire world.